annoying, isn't it, of course, when you're trying your very best to repair things, you know what I mean? I'm not talking, of course, about trousers that you've split or indeed something you need to take back to the dry cleaners. The bigger problem is when you're on the world stage and you have that very much public falling out. It's a bit like Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, isn't it? Their lives are just played out across the screen, mainly for money, as many people understand, because they are celebrities and that's what they do. Taylor Swift, some might say, has made something of a career writing about ex-boyfriends and breakups. But the bigger issue is when you're part of royalty or have been, then you have to somehow wonder exactly whether you've made a mistake or not. In particular, when the former couple that you were chums with, well, seemingly are now riding high, and you're simply not. You're on the decline. As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for your time too. This is the beautiful flowers and cake shop at the Dorchester. I've seen the eye-watering prices. Well, that's enough, isn't it? Mean that with love, obviously. You're going with all good intentions and think, how much? And then you think, I've got something at Tesco's, that'll do. Yeah, well, that's a cheap supermarket brand over here, in case you don't know. By the way, thank you for your lovely comments regarding our recent video, my recent video. I don't know why I say ours. It's ours, isn't it? Well, it is ours, you know. But the thing is, the video all about Lana Turner and Louis B. Mayer, the postman always rings twice. If you haven't seen that movie, I watched it again. What a great bit of acting. What a great thriller, more importantly. Wonderful when you think about it. Incredible. Now let's get back to your royal story of the day. Now, you can understand, as I say, you look at this couple, David and Victoria Beckham, and they're truly riding high. Emmy nominations for their Netflix series, and her fashion brand is doing well. And for a while, she was more than happy to loan, not gift, the former royal known as Meghan Markle some outfits to wear, frocks, slip-ons, that sort of stuff. And then things took a turn for the worst, and as we all know, they spectacularly fell out because one accused the other of leaking stories to the paper. Ridiculous when you think, because they've been in this game a long time and know exactly that there are no friends in the media. The bottom line is they don't need to leak stories. You know, they try and suspend stories about themselves. Nonetheless, Harry had to, well, basically call it quits for a long-time friendship with the one-time international footballer David. And the frock stopped coming for Meghan to wear. But now they're on the up, you see, they've basically decided that they need to reconnect and re-friends. And this is their new team behind Harry and Meghan. They've said, look, you've got to somehow connect back with these people. So Meghan had this brilliant idea. Well, actually, it wasn't hers. I've got to be honest with you, it was Prince Harry's. He said, well, why don't you wear one of her pieces or a couple of her pieces on our forthcoming tour to Colombia? And that's exactly what Meghan slipped on, this particular blouse. Now, this was the unfortunate blouse that ended up picking up all the wrong press attention for all the wrong reasons. I know, I'm sorry, but it is quite amusing. And the idea really was that, you know, Victoria then would see this and think, oh, that's nice, you know, it's a rapprochement and maybe I've been a little bit harsh, all that sort of stuff. Did it work? Sadly not, I can tell you 100%. The friendship is still at, you know, cold point zero. But the idea now is to send over via their company some pictures of exactly where the product went and the fact that they let people know that this was the Victoria Beckham creation, etc. It all looks a little bit feeble, doesn't it? Because really, how do you pull back from the things that you've accused people for? But moving forward on this, you know, as I said, it's really a bit childish to think if I just slip on a frock, you'll forgive everything allegedly I've said about you. Either way, the Beckhams are riding high, and either way, Harry and Meghan are vastly on the decline. Either if you want to admit it or not. And wearing one of the other's blouse in order to try and show the world that there's a sense of sisterhood and unity, well, it simply won't cut it. Suddenly, it appears that Meghan is once more very much out of fashion in the world of the Beckhams. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.